Good afternoon. My name is Mrs. Grasso. I'm one of the school counselors here at Westmore Central High School. And today, I'm so thrilled to have Oz from Elizabethtown College, or as he says, Oz from E-Town, joining us. And we're so appreciative of your time today. And we're looking forward to hearing all about the offerings at your school. So to start us off, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about E-Town.
Sure, yeah. By myself, I've been at ETAM for 4 years. I came from Mexico in 2004. I graduated with a business degree, and I have a master's in higher ed from Princeton University. I'm the assistant director of multicultural admissions. About ETAM, we're a small private school. We have about 1,900 students, 24 sports, 12 for female, 12 for male. We're one of the top 10 schools in the whole state, and most of our programs have a 100% employment rate in the last 7 years. Um, and my favorite thing about E-Town is like I come from a bigger school. Here, it's like they show cheers where everybody knows your name. Everybody's really friendly and really helpful at all times.
Wonderful. Wow. And I'm sorry, you said you had 100% rate of,
Employment rate in some programs.
wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
like our business school, engineering, education. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, fantastic. Tell us a little bit about the campus culture. Is there Greek life, sports? I know you
No, there
mentioned
is
some
not Greek
clubs.
life. There is not Greek life, and we do not have a football team. So it's very different to other campuses if you've been to other schools. E-Town is very unique because we take students from many different areas of the whole country. So it's not like there's one particular core that an E-Town student has. I recruit out of Philadelphia, but I have some colleagues that recruit out of a rural area. Therefore, we each bring about 1/5 of the student class. So the class in itself is very unique, but it blends really well. I think if you really how I would describe an E-Town student, I want to say empathetic, and they really want to go above and beyond as traditional college students.
Wonderful. Interesting. I love that. Sounds like a really nice blend,
Oh, yeah.
of students. What are some fun traditions at your school?
Well, we do the Christmas lighting. That's what we do, and then we haven't been able to do this due to COVID, but the Thanksgiving dinner where the faculty and the staff actually serves the students. With that right before Thanksgiving break, so that's always a fun tradition. I've been lucky enough to do it for 2 years. Like I said, because of COVID, that was postponed, but we're looking to bring that back next year as well.
That's so nice. Do you have a lot of international students at the school?
Yeah, that's my goal now. So I'm also a recruit internationally. We have about 30 international students, but we're looking to expand. With COVID, that stopped, but we also understand the challenges um, that students have. We actually are also increasing our diversity here, along with the international student population.
Oh, that's fantastic. So maybe you can travel a little bit and do some recruiting.
Yeah, that's my goal. I would like go abroad. That's always been my goal. Since I grew up, like I said, I'm from Mexico and I'm fluent Spanish speaker.
Great. Well, good luck with that. It's wonderful. What would you say are some top majors at E-Town? Like if I
Yeah.
was to say, I want to major in this would be a school I should definitely look at.
So the top five programs in the whole state with a near 100% employment rate include our engineering school, has six different concentrations, our whole business school, our education program, occupational therapy, we're known for that, and our music program that includes music therapy and music education.
Wonderful. Did you want to expand on any of those areas at all?
Sure, yeah. With engineering, you get a chance to do an internship. We have, like I said, mechatronics, chemical engineering, biomedical, environmental, civil, biomedical, and education. We actually have school districts that are willing to call us, asking us if we have any students willing to relocate to like Scranton, Willow, any more rural parts of the state. The cool thing about our education program is that you actually get into the classroom your first year. You don't have to wait until you're student teaching. The reason for that is because we want to make sure you don't hate kids. So you get into the classroom every single year. With the business program, you get a chance to do an internship here with the Hershey Company. We have the Hershey Bears, Hershey Stadium, because we're so close to them. So you get a chance to do an internship with them. But yeah, it's really good programs. With the music scholarship too, you get a chance to do an internship scholarship. You can get up to $4,000 off based on need. And our occupational therapy program is a 5 to 6 year program, and it's in house, so you get a chance to actually keep your scholarship from your undergrad years. You don't have to pay the graduate.
That's fantastic. So that's like an accelerated program.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. 5 years you got a master's, 6 years you got a doctorate.
Which is probably where it's heading, right, with the
Yes.
OT. So, oh, great. Thank you for expanding on that. That's really helpful. What do we hear a lot about sticker price versus actual price? Could you just talk a little bit about like tuition, typical financial aid packages?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I don't know why colleges, it's like they think because tuition goes up, they're bad. Every college wants to have the highest tuition because we equate value with money. Here at ETime, we don't do that. So, for example, right now, I believe the total cost is about $48,000, and that includes room and board. But that's if you don't get on scholarship, correct? So right now, if any student from your area or your school district has a 3.9 GPA or higher, they will get automatically $19,000 off.
Wow.
Yeah, between a 3.5 to a 3.89, you will get $18,500 off, and so forth. 3.0 to a 3.49, about $16,000 off in your scholarship. That's before you take into account the FAFSA and any state's grants that you'll receive. So I know some students personally that pay $3,000 to come to E-Town, and I know some students that pay 20. The average price is about 19,000 a year.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow. You said it's 48,000. That's tuition and room and board.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
But that's before any scholarship. So every
Wow.
student will get something.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you. I did not know that. So I'm sure the students watching and the parents especially would be happy to hear that. So, and breaking it down, the tiers with the academics.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we understand that cost is very important. So, and if a student gets their financial aid package, they can always send me their financial aid package from other schools, and we'll see what we can do.
Oh, okay. Another great thing to know. What type of student do you typically accept? Like I said, I know you said they're very empathetic, right? That's tough to sometimes read on a college application.
We take like I said, we take a number of students. We want to like 25% of our students are student athletes. We have a lot of students that are into arts, world languages, clubs. The main thing we look at is their academics. So if they have a 2.5 GPA or higher, and we understand too with COVID, it was difficult for some students. It's really hard to learn chemistry or math online. So as long as they're involved in a club or two, and they're doing something else besides being a student, doesn't matter what they do. Like if they have a job, they have one sport. We see a lot sometimes that students have no clubs from first year to their junior year, but then their senior year they join like 15 clubs. So we hope they don't do that. We just hope they get like one or two, but they're consistent.
I love that message because that's what we do try to share with the students because it's something that really you guys see right through.
Yeah, we can. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time now. It's like it takes me like 2 minutes to write an application.
So you can see the commitment, right? And if it's just I'm doing this for my application, I'm doing it just for the application. So
you know why? Because I was a student myself, so some of those things.
Is Elizabethtown still test optional?
Yeah, with SAT optional. The only one is the PA program. I have never been a big fan of the SATs or ACTs, therefore I don't recommend them. If they don't do well, it's not a problem.
And that includes for scholarships as well. So
Absolutely.
It's just option. Okay.
Yes.
So as we're an IB World School, as you know, and we have both the IB Diploma program and the career related programs. How does the IB affect a student's admission? Like, is there any advantage over other students?
Yeah, sure. If they have a high 5 or above in their higher level exams, they will get credit for that. Same for
Okay.
the career. I'm assuming you mean associate's degree?
We have a career program where students can kind of specialize in an area and take an IB test in that area.
Yeah, so they got a 5 or above, they will get credit.
5 or above. Okay. And that's, I think you said the HL only, not SL. We have the standard level test after 1 year, and
No,
then
it
the
has to be
HL will be after 2 years.
higher level exam.
Has to be the higher level. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just to clarify that. How important is the essay in the college admissions process?
The essay can tell us a lot, especially if we see like a student struggling with something, like there's an issue. We mainly look for the essay to tell us why they want to go to school. But it, like I said, is it similar to the clouds that we can see right through it? Uh, an essay will be used in order to determine if a student is mainly struggling and why, if he can explain. There's a lot of things that goes through an everyday high school student's lives. So as long as they can articulate that in their essay well, it would be used only to help them, not to hurt them.
Okay,
I have
great.
some students that have a 4.0 and they give me 3 sentences, and I have students that have a maybe not as good, and they write paragraphs. So it's mainly used to get a notion of as the why.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, you see the whole range, right, of responses. How can a student make themselves stand out for you in that review process?
Sure. The way they stand out is by, regardless of anything that you write, I always tell students with their essay, for them to stand out. If you were to read this, will you find it interesting? Like if you were not the person writing it, will you be like, oh, this is great, or this is not? Most of the students that come to E-Town have a great transcript. They have a great, SAT scores, clubs. The way that may not stand out is by the activities that they do outside of the classroom, as well as by the quality of the essay that they write.
I love that, having them turn around and say, would this be of interest to you? That's a great, something we can use as counselors too, to, have them kind of go back and reflect on the writing piece. And then last question, if you could offer one piece of advice to students entering the college search application process, what would that be?
Never be afraid to ask questions.
I love it.
I always, there's no such thing as a dumb question. And like I work for E-Town, and I always tell students, I work for E-Town, but you can ask me anything about any particular college. If you come to E-Town, that's great. If you don't come to E-Town, I'll still get paid. So, never be, because our job, regardless of college that we work for, is to make the college admissions process as easy for the student and for the family. So at all times, just ask questions.
Great, thank you. And thank you for reinforcing that. Speaking of, is there a way that they would get in touch with you? Or I heard you say, I think you're for Philadelphia area, that territory. I don't know if you know who the person might be for our area.
Yeah, I know. It's my colleague, Kelly Griffith. But it's not like, oh, this kid is not from my area, I'm not gonna talk to them, because like I said, I'm the assistant director of multicultural admissions. So I oversee all of the students. So if a student, I know from the Northern Jersey part, there is a lot of parents who don't speak English or speak Spanish or another language. So I talk to all students, so they can always contact me as well.
Okay. Is there a place where they should reach you, an email that they can?
Yeah, so I can give you my email. I can spell it.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it's uragabarba@eton.edu, which is uragabarbaH@eton.edu. Sorry for that last name. I blame my parents for that. But they can always reach out to me, and as long as they email me before 6 p.m., I'll get back to them. Right now, I have a dog, so I'll please spend time with my dog after work.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have a French bulldog. His name is Terry.
Oh, oh, it's wonderful. Well, enjoy the holidays with Terry. And thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. And if you don't mind, will you be able to send me the recording, please?
Sure, absolutely. Once we get it all set in here, absolutely, no problem.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time, and you have a wonderful, happy holidays.
Thank you. You as well.